Okay, so we're looking at a question here. It says 6 plus 4 multiplied by 3. And I have Lenny here on one side and I have Carl on the other. Now, Lenny is convinced that the answer is 30 and Carl is convinced that the answer is 18. But I suppose with everything in mathematics, we like to just have one correct answer. So which one has actually done the sum correctly? Now, I can see where Lenny would have gotten his answer. So 6 plus 4 is 10. And then if he multiplied that by 3, he'd have gotten 30. So I can see where he got his answer. And Carl, I can see where he got his answers too. If he had multiplied 4 by 3, 4 3s are 12. And then if he had added the 6, he would have gotten 18. So they've both done it. They've both done it in a different order, but which one actually did it correct? So in mathematics, in order to solve questions like this, we have to have system or rules. And that system that we use is called Bimdas, Bimdas. So I need you to take that down into your copies. You can pause the video here if you need to, and I'm going to explain what each of these words mean. So the B in Bimdas stands for brackets. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you have, say, a bracket of 4 plus 5, we do what's inside the brackets first. The I stands for indices. So you may have seen indices before, or powers. So they're anything that looks a bit like this: 2 squared, 3 cubed, 4 squared, and so on. The M stands for multiplication. So you've obviously been looking at that for a long time, since primary school. The D stands for division. The A stands for addition. And then last but not least, the S stands for subtraction. So I'm going to put the symbols beside these. So we've got our multiplication symbol, our division symbol, our addition symbol, and our subtraction symbol. And so what happens when we do sums that we're not sure what order things go in is we always start at the top and we ask ourselves basically these 6 things. Does it have brackets? If it does, I do that first. Does it have indices? If it does, I do that. Next, then I do my multiplication, then I do my division, then I do my addition, and lastly, I do my subtraction. So let's try a question and see how we go with it. Okay, so I have example 1 written down, and you can see here I have 3 plus 4 multiplied by 2. So if you're new to these videos, when I do an example or when I write down an important piece of information, you write that into your copy. So example 1 we're going to do together, and you're going to take it into your copy. We've got 3 plus 4 multiplied by 2. So I can see that the symbols that I'm using here, I can see brackets and I can see the multiplication symbol. Okay, so which one am I going to do first? I'm going to look at my list and I'm going to see, okay, well, I'm going to do my brackets first because it's at the top. So my brackets first, let's work that out. Inside the brackets, I've got 3 plus 4, that's going to give me 7. Now I can keep my brackets in the question, but they don't actually serve any purpose anymore because they don't have any other need. So I can get rid of them as well. So I just have a 7 there. And then I have a multiplied by 2. Okay, so I've done my brackets, that's tick. There's no indices, there is multiplication. So that's the bit I do next, and 7 multiplied by 2 is going to give me 14. I can see that there are no more operations to be done. So I've no division, no addition, no subtraction. So happy days, that's the final answer. Okay, example number 2. I have 1 plus 4 multiplied by 3 squared. Again, I'm going to have a look at my information about what Bimdas actually means. Okay, so I can see here I have got addition, multiplication, and indices. So I'm going to highlight all of the ones that I need to use. So I have my indices, I have my multiplication, and I have my addition. Okay, and I start off by looking downwards. What's the first one I'm going to do first? And there is no brackets, but there is indices. So I'm going to do this bit first here. So I might just circle that. So that's the bit I'm going to do first, 3 squared. Now you can type that into your calculator, or you can know that 3 squared actually means 3 multiplied by 3. So either way, you should be getting 9. So let's go back and now let's write the sum again. So I now have 1 plus 4 multiplied by, and I know the answer here is 9. So I've done my indices, so I can mark that out. There's no brackets. The next thing is multiplication. So you can see here there is some multiplication, and if I circle it, this is the multiplication bit. So that's what I do next. So it becomes 1 plus, and I do this sum here, 4 multiplied by 9. So hopefully you will get 36. And I can mark that out now. I've done my multiplication. There's no division. The next one is addition. And you can see I have addition here. So that's the last one I'm going to do. And our final answer here is going to be 37. So a bit of work in that one there. We're starting off with the indices. We get our answer for that. Then we see that there's the multiplication next, and then there's the addition. So a bit longer in that one, but I'm still using my Bimdas the whole way through. Okay, our third example. 3 plus 4 multiplied by 3 plus 1 in brackets equals 19. You can see I've written Bimdas here, and what I'm doing now is I don't actually need to write all the words. I know at this stage what each of them stand for. Brackets, indices, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Okay, so what operations have I got here? Right, well, we definitely have, I can see the addition one. So let's highlight the addition. So A. That's that one there. Then I have a multiplication. So I have this M here highlighted. Then I have an addition again. Okay, that's there. But I also have these, which is brackets. And then that's it. I don't have any more operations. So I can see here I've got a B. Just highlight here. Sorry, I have a B, an M, and an A. And I'm going to start off with my B, which is my brackets. So I'm going to maybe use red here. And this is the bit I'm going to do first. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So I'm going to have 3 plus 4. So again, these parts I haven't done anything with yet. It's now going to be multiplied by, and I'm going to keep it in brackets, 4 equals 19. So I've done my B. There is no indices in it, so I'm grand. I'm now on to my multiplication. Can everyone see where the multiplication is in this sum? So if you have a look here, you can see that there is multiplication in one specific place here. So that's the bit I'm going to do first. So it becomes 3 plus 4 times 4, which is 16, equals 19. So I can now erase the M. I've done my multiplication, I've done my division, and I'm now on to my addition, which is the last one here. So 3 plus 16 equals 19, and that's correct. I have done the sum out, so you can have 19 equals 19. So you can see here I had brackets, I had multiplication, and I had addition. So again, using my BIM DAS to solve all of the questions. So you can take that example into your copies. Okay, so you now have a learning check to do, which means you need to do the following 10 sums. You take them down, write Bimdas, go through each bit that you need, and write your answer. So in mathematics, how I like to do my maths is I always like to work downwards, and I would suggest that you do the same. So leave a good bit of space so that you're not all writing them in lines. I'll help you with number 1. So we've got 3 plus 3 multiplied by 4, and I see that the B is there. So I'm going to highlight my B. And I've got also multiplication. So the B is the brackets, so let's do the brackets first, and I'm going to get 3 plus 3, which is going to give me 6. Multiplied by 4, and then I'm on to my multiplication, so that's going to give me 24. So you can see how I've worked downwards, showing my workings, and that's really important in exams to get your marks. So I've done the first one for you. You now have the rest to do for homework. Any questions, just email me. Slán.